Okay, I'm down here in the basement of the 48th Street property. This is a block foundation. This little patch right there that's been filled in. Generally, though, not a lot of displacement on the wall. This is huge block, bigger than what they use now. So in terms of construction, it's in all right shape. There's an extra room back behind there from the other side. Got old water heater, somewhat modern furnace. This is just a traditional standard Milwaukee basement. I would say better than average, but not amazing. Not much to get excited or frightened by down here. There's two sides. You have a duplicate over there. So two sides that have separate heaters, furnaces, boilers. Electrical systems look updated. Just in general in this one, it's a little beat up. Less glamorous. You have this Home Depot tile floor here. A little bit of waviness to the floor. You can probably see it right there. You go through an old pantry if you want, to the dining room and the living room. So this is a version of those same houses that you'll see with the two that we've been talking about. It's just in a little bit more beat up condition. They redid the floors here. This is rentable space. Someone would definitely live here. Got new windows here. Those above the fireplace, those probably had stained glass and they took them out. These, as you can see, would have had doors and the glass is all missing. And you get to the dining room and you can see where the glass is missing there too. A drawer off. That has the piece that you can put it back on. Just in general, this should be an old classic vintage door, not a Home Depot $20 door. So this is not like a happy, I'm thrilled to live here in the great neighborhood house as much as it is, I'll pay $150 less in rent and be happy to live here, because it is usable space. You would have tenants happy to live here. It's just a different caliber of apartment. Not that this is that bad. That's just not glamorous. There's a garage back there, which is very nice to have. I couldn't see the condition yet, but the fact that you have parking and a garage and a little yard space is great. Try and get up to the second floor through the back hallway. I didn't go up there yet. And in terms of kitchen, it's kind of bare bones, not a lot of cabinets. And again, whatever vintage charm may have been here is gone. The one that you see in the pictures from the property that you bid on, doesn't have that stainless steel aesthetic. And some of the stuff, little careless things, you would have a heat vent coming in to supply this room. Well, now it's covered by your cabinets. Oh my God. How did I do that? All right. Okay, we are on film here. Okay. I like the way they painted this back stair. That's not that bad, really. Usually the houses are locked from, you get in one unit, you can get into them all without having to go out to the front. I may do that for a moment. Okay, we're back live. We're in the front space now. Just an indication of the quality. It's a little banged up. It's a little funky smelling. Got some leaves coming in. It's just going to be a closet. Again, your vintage details are gone. There's probably a lot of just people in and out, banging up the place over the years. The more people that move in and out, the more damage. Again, every little precious vintage detail is missing a few pieces. It's no longer exciting to have that on the side of your dining room hutch as it was if it was intact. But a door like that is missing downstairs. Looks a lot nicer. You can see some settling in the house too from the gaps at one side of that door and the other. The settling is not unusual, but you hope to not have it. There's probably hardwood under this carpet. It'd be nicer if it was polished up to match some of this out here. The floors up here I like a little better than the floors downstairs in the finish. Bathroom has been rehabbed at one point, rather inexpensively, but still better than never. But yeah, this is probably 5 years ago, and you see a fair amount of tenant living through here. Rough job on the paint, etc. So you could rent these for $750 pretty easily, I think. But it would be probably a fair amount of management involved in terms of keeping it occupied. There's that garage back there in the yard. So the houses nearby are not going to be in as good condition as they would be 4 blocks south where the other ones were. Not to say anything about those houses over there. I don't know them. They just don't have as much polish on them, right? People haven't been fixing up this block the way they have kept the other blocks up historically through time. Let's go see what the attic looks like. That'll probably give us an idea of the roof. Maybe they finished this at one point. Oh, this is interesting. So there, I'm sure must have had people living here, and the rents could be higher because of that. I don't know if you have really good heat source or not. But this is, again, a cheap version of what I showed you yesterday in that video. It's a little alcove. It's where your teenagers come up and live and they're happy, I guess. Oh, look, it comes through here. So, very odd floor plan. I could stand up in here just barely. My head hits if I go 6 inches out of the center. So this is extra space for a teenager or for the parents, but you know, you can see that it was done and they probably made money off it, but it's not to the point where you'd be ideally living up here if you had a choice. This also shows, I guess, most old attics you're going to be able to see what the roof looks like. I can't on this. I would say it's probably got another 5 or 10 years worth of life from what I saw outside, but it's not a brand new roof. That's about everything, okay? Talk to you soon.